Hello everyone! Welcome to Messy Hearts, where we help people who seek advice for their troubled relationships and lives. Listen carefully and share your experience down in the comments below to help those who seek it. We hope you enjoy. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let's head on to the first story. Story 1. My ex-boyfriend left me for my best friend, and now they want me to be part of their wedding party. Any advice? 3 years ago, Josh, my boyfriend of about 1.5 years, broke up with me because he had feelings for Anna, my best friend. We hung out a lot, and they said that they eventually developed feelings for one another. They admitted that Josh had been cheating on me. They made a fool out of me. They made me think that everything was okay when it was really not. They admitted it at that time. I would have tried to be understanding and tried to support them, but they chose to lie. So I cut them both off. I focused on school and found a job with a good income. Josh and Anna tried to reach out to me at first, telling me that they still wanted to be friends, but I blocked them. Now I am living in the town next to our hometown. I got a wonderful job opportunity, so I moved, but I liked that I was still close enough to visit my parents and other relatives. About a month ago, I heard about their wedding from a common friend. It didn't really bother me anymore, so I just went on with my life. A week ago, I received a message from Anna, telling me that she and Josh were getting married and that they would like me to be a part of the wedding party. I replied, "Congratulations." "No, thank you." I had no feelings for Josh anymore, and I'm even seeing someone else, but I don't want to celebrate the wedding of two people who betrayed me. They were insistent. Josh also messaged me via a different number. Some of my friends also tried to convince me to come to the wedding. I firmly said no. Even my mom called me asking if I was going, and when I said no, she sounded disappointed, but she didn't push it. This is all just quite weird to me. Why would you want your ex-girlfriend/ex-best friend, the girl you cheated on, to be part of your wedding party? The day before yesterday, Anna's parents called me, telling me that they missed me and really hope I could go to the wedding. I firmly said that I would not be going. Her mom berated me, saying that I should let bygones be bygones and that I should be happy for her daughter. I asked her if I cheated with Anna's boyfriend and then invited her to the wedding, would she convince Anna to go? She had no answer to this, and I hung up. This is quite getting out of hand because I'm receiving more than 20 to 30 calls and texts a day from their friends and family about this wedding. Any advice on how to handle this? Also, any insights on why they want me to go to their wedding? I don't think it's normal that they are very insistent. What piece of advice would you give to OP? Let us know down in the comments, and let's move on to our next story. Story 2. After asking for a divorce and starting proceedings, my husband is now begging me to take him back. What do I do? I, 31F, married my husband, 32M, 4 years ago, and I thought we had a solid relationship. However, one night he sat me down and handed me some papers. My husband had applied for divorce. I was totally blindsided and stared at the paper for ages, hoping I'd read a line saying, "Gotcha," or something. I just asked why, trying not to burst into tears. My husband, without looking me in the eye, explained that over time, he had just felt us growing apart, and while he still cared about me, didn't love me. I felt so heartbroken, but I was also angry that he'd never spoken to me about his issue. It was like he hadn't even given me a chance to fix things. I told him that, and he became defensive, telling me that was how he felt and I had to deal with it. He went to bed and I slept on the couch. Next day I thought over it some more and tried to see his side. It's true that after we got married, we were both promoted and now spend less quality time together due to work. My father is also terminally ill, and I visit him every other weekend while my husband stays at home. So I suppose I could see where he was coming from about distance, but every time we were together it was never addressed. Till after a few more days I decided I didn't want to be with someone who said they did not love me, and agreed to proceed with the divorce. My family were sad for me but understood. However, my mother and father-in-law both texted me long messages about giving their son a second chance. That was months ago. I'm now living in the house alone while my husband stays with his brother. We've had a good relationship the entire divorce. It's been cordial and polite, which is all I can ask for it to be. At one meeting, my husband even mentioned he was going on a blind date that night. It hurt to hear, but at the same time I accepted it because our relationship was as good as over. All that changed last week when my husband and brother showed up unexpectedly on the doorstep. My husband was crying and begging for me to take him back. He kept saying he'd loved me all this time and had made a terrible mistake. The whole thing felt so weird, and I ended up telling them both to leave and close the door. He blew up my phone with crying voicemails, leaving my best friend to suggest his blind date had dumped him. That might be true, but I have no idea. Since then, he's been begging non-stop for me to take him back, and that since we haven't got a final order yet, we can still stop the proceedings. I feel insulted that after starting this, he's now turning around trying to make everything go back to how it was. How can I navigate this and get it through his head that I don't want him back? Do you have any advice on this one? Comment down below and let's move on into the third story. Story 3. My boyfriend has a close female friend who blatantly dislikes me and makes no secret of it. I've reached a stage where it's her or me. How can I confront my BF? I don't know if I'm being wildly unreasonable and jealous over this, so I need some outside opinions. I, 29F, have been with my BF, 30M, for 3 years and we share an apartment. He has a female friend, Nell, 34F, and they were friends for years before I came along. I had no issue with their closeness. I have male friends and knew I'd be a hypocrite to leap to judgments, but at this point I feel I'm justified in thinking the way I do about her. The first time I met her, it was extremely obvious Nell didn't like me. She came into the bar all excited to see my BF before noticing me. Her entire demeanor changed. She shook my hand and dug her nails into my skin before ignoring me the rest of the night. She even seemed upset at one point that I took the seat beside my BF and quietly left halfway through the evening without saying goodbye. So it's safe to say my first impression of her wasn't good, but I tried to reason with myself that not everyone gets along, and I don't need to be friends with my BF's friends. However, as time passed, it became really clear Nell's attitude towards me wasn't improving. She had a way of openly mocking me in front of groups of people, making side comments or loudly joking about my voice or appearance. My BF would stand there and say nothing, and after the fact when I asked him about it, he'd say he hadn't noticed. She'd also make a show of hugging him hello and goodbye and not me. She would mix that kind of stuff in with smiles and basic politeness, so it was tough to articulate exactly what she'd done. I felt very much like I was back in high school. From that point on, I basically decided I didn't need to have someone like that in my life, so just stopped going to things she was at. I haven't seen her in about a year. My BF still sees her regularly and they text often. I'm now at the stage where I fully believe they've either dated in the past or have something going on now. I've tried gently bringing this up, but he denies they ever dated and makes me feel like I'm being jealous and bitter by asking. I end up suppressing those feelings before something brings them up again. I've reached the end of my tether with it. The final straw for me came the other day when my BF left his phone open and I saw a text exchange between the two. Nell had sent him a heart emoji and my BF had written something about how he was thinking of her. I know I should have said something then and there, but I felt numb and decided to go to bed. I'm trying to work out how to handle this. Is it possible nothing's going on here? Something I've tried arguing in my head, but then something else pops up that makes me doubt it. Maybe friends do just send hearts, and I'm making this up because I don't care for Nell? I don't want that to be the case. I'm basically at a point where I feel he either has to tell me the truth and restrict contact with Nell, or else I don't feel like I can maintain the relationship. I feel constantly disrespected, and I want something to change but don't know how to go about it. Any advice would be so welcomed. Share your thoughts on the story as we dive into our next story. Story 4. I was treated as a second option by her, but now she wants me. Essentially, started seeing a girl off of an app. Started out as FWB, but I somehow developed feelings for her, hanging out at a mall, doing semi-couple stuff, cuddling, etc. She admitted to liking me / wanting something serious with me, but was continually seeing another guy who she admitted to liking more than me. Things with this guy didn't work out after 5 dates / hooking up, and now she wants to try things seriously with me. She also saw him an extra 2 times after we had our talk about liking one another / having feelings. Apparently they disagreed on some things religion / children, so he called it off, then voila. I told her I can't see a future with her because I was, in her words as well, a second option. I like her a lot and she seems to be into me now as well. She told me she wants something serious with me and is upset that I told her I don't think I can date somehow that treated me as an option. Although I truly thanked her for the honesty and said we can be friends / no hard feelings. Am I being overly insecure / jealous here? Or do I have some valid points / reasons to feel this way? Thank you for watching. All advice is welcomed and will help these people to resolve the things that trouble them. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let us know in the comments what you think. And never forget that your smile is your best feature. Wear it proudly.